I've already talked about how fucked up my life was when I was in primary school and how I still to this days have PTSD and how I was a social anomaly and I couldn't make any friends. But in this video, I'm gonna talk about something different. I'm gonna go into how we overcome all of these challenges we face. How do we overcome all of those years of self-doubt, of insecurity? How can we actually start making friends when our life was completely destroyed, socially speaking? And to illustrate this, I'm gonna tell you a story. Right after I left that school, I was ninth grade and I moved to another school. I won't say the name again. There I had a friend I already knew from the church, and let's call him Peter. And I was very friends with him. Like we were nice. I had already went to his house to sleep over and stuff. And I knew that he studied on this new school I was going to. And I was very hyped. I remember that I was really hoping that I would be in the same class as him because there were 9 years. There was the ninth A, B, C, and D. I was studying at the afternoon, and sadly, but happily at the same time, we didn't end up in the same classroom. So there I was again in a completely different and in a completely new environment where I didn't know anyone and I was very afraid because I really wanted to be with Peter because Peter was nice to me. I already knew him so I wouldn't feel so alone. But that was a challenge. And I still remember that in the first day of school, I sat in a random chair. I didn't know anyone, and the day passed so fast, and I thought, oh wow, if the next 198 days would be like this, then that wouldn't be bad at all. But they would if I didn't change. After the first 2 or 3 weeks, we had a school project, and we would need to be in pairs of two, of course, and we will need to choose a random topic about the medieval ages to talk about. And everyone that already knew each other started going together and they started talking. And right on my left, there was this girl, let's call her Julia. And Julia looked at me, I looked at her, and we were like, are you new? And she was like, yes, because I was very shy with girls at the time. And I was like, when I was together, and she looked at me and said, "Oh, fine." I always try to be normal. I'm not a social retard. Neither. I used to watch anime at the time, so I wasn't like the anime cringe. Like, oh my god, there's a girl talking to me. We did the work. We did our presentation. Everything went fine, and we started talking. Obviously, because she was alone in the class, I was alone in the class. There wasn't much to do, right? I still remember to this day. It's kind of weird because I started liking her because when you are I was 13 at the time, 14, 15. Yeah, well, I was like 14 to 15, I think. And it's pretty crazy. And for the past like 5 years, I had no contact with girls because how shy and lonely and etc. was. So I was kind of learning how to deal with the opposite gender and how to deal with this anxiety. So it was pretty normal that the first female who actually talked to me, I think my monkey brain just started like, yeah, she's the one. But I was shy and I didn't have the courage to tell her like, oh yeah, I'm kind of liking her and stuff. So I just remained friends. Happily these days I don't make these mistakes anymore. Currently I'm dating, but if I was single, I probably wouldn't make this mistake. And we started talking and we had different classes. We would exchange like the tables and stuff because of the subject. And I don't know, I don't exactly remember how, but we had to change the way we were seated on the class. First, we had like free choice because we could sit wherever we wanted, but I don't know why that happened, but everyone just had to switch a little bit. I just ended up again on her side, on Julia's side, but I was before on the right, now I was on the left, and she was here. And there was a girl here, her name was Isadora. And on my left, there was a girl called Gabi. And I started talking with Anna, and sometimes I would randomly like just talk to Isadora and Gabi. And I don't remember how it all started because it it's been 4 or 5 years, but we end up started talking, and so me, Gabi, and Anna would talk almost every single day, and we started doing projects together, like schoolwork and study and stuff. After some months, I actually started having a nice friendship with both of them. That school really liked school projects, and the groups just like in the start of the year, because no one knew each other, the groups were like 2, 3 people. But then there was a time we had a 6 people project, and this was the time where we had an amazing working group and where I developed amazing friendships, because then we had 5 people there. It was me, Gabi, Yulia, and 2 more people called Theo and Liza. We started doing a school project, and what we had to do was we had to make art through something, talking about something that already existed. So we sat there and we were like, okay, what the fuck can we do? And we ended up doing a song where I was playing the guitar, Anna and Gabi were singing, Liza and Tel would help on the editing, and so we did the schoolwork. And we did it on Gabi's home because she lived 1 minute away from the school. And we went there and we had like so much fun. Gabi had a brother called, what's his name, Eric, and me and him actually again started talking and started like messing up with each other and just like basic male friends, right? I remember that after 4 months, we actually started a very good friendship, like me and those four, and we actually gave our group a name called the Pentagram, and it was pretty cringe now that I think back about it, but that was fun, and I realized that in 3 months you can change your fucking life, because I was so much happy. The best school year I ever had was the ninth grade, me and those four. And of course we went through hard times. They broke my heart 3 times, all of them, and it was a very painful process to go through, but I grew up, and I remember that I miss them. I really miss them because I live in another country right now, and they all live in the same city still. So sometimes I still see their photos on WhatsApp, like when they hang out together and stuff. It's kind of painful, but I miss them. I truly miss them because they taught me how to actually make friends. And I made friends just by talking and actually having this courage to talk to people and having this courage to, okay, she's a girl, the only girl I talk to is my mom and my little sister, who at the time didn't really know how to talk properly. So it was a process. It is something that you will slowly building up, but you need to first have the confidence to talk to someone, and this is very important. The only thing you need is confidence. And of course, if you want an amazing social circle, you don't need just confidence, right? You need to dress well, you need to know how to talk, you need to know how to treat people, you need to understand all of this climax in there, you need to understand a lot of things. But if you just want to have friends, basic friends, if you just don't want to be lonely, the only thing we need to do is having a little bit of courage and talk to someone. We just need to be brave just a little bit. We just need to use a tiny fraction of everything we have inside us, this human spirit we do have inside of us, this flame, and talk to someone. Because slowly and slowly, after some weeks, after some months, we develop amazing friendships. But we need to be open to it. The only thing we need to do is actually be brave. We just need a little bit of, not even confidence. You don't need confidence. You just need to understand how painful, how lonely, how depressive it is to be alone. So if you want to restart your social life, if you don't know how to go, how to start from zero, just know this. You just need a little bit of courage, because you do have. We are all humans. We all have the human spirit. We are unstoppable. Goodbye.